Boy, I cannot wait until Dynamite's back live on Wednesdays. I'm John Retlin with my review of WWE NXT, and look, regardless of what promotion you like more, AEW, NXT, if you're like me, you'll watch both of them and review both of them and judge them accordingly, and one show's usually better than the other, or both shows are equally good. Here's the thing, Dynamite, for all its faults, and there are a few, is the more exciting television program as far as I'm concerned, especially since this whole Wednesday Night War started. NXT has a pretty high work rate, but a lot of the feuds and a lot of the creative just feels so stifled, and I don't even mean because of the lack of crowds. It just seems like they stopped fucking trying. Not the talents. The talents are putting in the effort, and some of the matches have been pretty good, but NXT just feels so fucking lifeless. What the fuck has happened? Oh wait, maybe it's because Triple H ain't the goddamn savior of wrestling. I mean, I'm not saying that he's going to do everything, bad, but he's definitely not going to be the fucking savior like people think. At least that's my opinion. So, once again, really hope Dynamite is back on Wednesday soon so I can watch that live. Recaps of TakeOver XXX, aka TakeOver 30, aka the TakeOver that Velveteen would like if the age was cut in half. And then we get Vic and Wade Barrett on commentary. Wade Barrett making a guest appearance. I think he's going to be back next week. Since NWA isn't, doing any shows right now, he, came back in a part-time role here. I don't think he signed a contract, just a per-appearance deal. It's good, though. It's good to hear Wade Barrett on commentary. He was really good on NWA, really good for the few months until they had to go on hiatus. And now I guess they're coming back with weekly pay-per-views, but they did a pretty good job. Beth also chimed in, and Karrion Kross is in a sling, and here's Scarlett, and he says he ripped the championship from Keith Lee's carcass, and then Keith Lee went to Raw, and yeah, a lot of people judge that whole thing. I don't think Keith Lee's buried, by the way, on Raw. I just think the gear choices were a little odd, and the theme, but if they give him a new theme and it's decent, it is what it is. I just really hope that they realize the potential they have with Keith Lee. He relinquishes the title, though, due to a shoulder injury, separated shoulder that he suffered during the match. I know some people may say, well, if they knew he was injured, kind of like how Finn Balor was injured at SummerSlam. Kind of eerie how these, mirror each other as far as, happening in big title matches. But people were like, well, they should have kept the title on Keith. They were going to put Keith on Raw, though. They had to make a new champion. It's unfortunate they have this injury that happened. And, I mean, I don't think it's the worst thing in the world. It's just bad timing. I wish nothing but the best for Kerry, and I hope that he recovers quickly. And he says, God help the obstacles that'll be in my path. So we're going to get a tournament later? Oh no, we're going to get something even better. Or overbooked. Breezango versus Imperium, Eichner and Bartel for the NXT tag titles. The ways I didn't give a shit about this match. It's not that these guys aren't talented, but the tag division in NXT has been pretty much blah. Work was fine. Double leg drop by Fandango. He pinned one of them. I can't remember if it was Eichner or Bartel. I stopped really caring. And we get new tag champs. And they mean just as much as the previous tag champs. I mean, I'm sorry. It's just nothing against Breezango. They're a good team. I just don't have any desire to see them as tag team champions in 2020. A couple of years ago when they were on SmackDown, sure, you could have made them. I don't know. It is what it is, but they want to do something to pop a rating. Cool. All right. Hope they do some good and hope they build up some more teams. And then we get Damien Priest arriving, and Thatcher calls him embarrassing as a champion, the way he celebrated and everything. And then they're talking, having a back and forth, and Priest looks at himself and says, well, I think I'm pretty well equipped. Aha! Dick jokes. And then we get Triple H and Co. working on the final solution for the NXT Championship picture. And then we get Jake Atlas versus Champa. I think he's dead, is what I wrote down, because Atlas just got destroyed here by a returning Tommaso Ciampa. He is wearing a mask. It looks like he's looking for Retribution, maybe leading the group known as Retribution. I don't get the point of this. I mean, Ciampa, they've turned him face to heel, a couple times. Well, I mean, he was a face, and then, he turned heel, beating up Gargano, became champion, and then was turned back into a face after coming back from injury. I'm sorry, Ciampa's a good performer. I like the theme, but I just didn't care. I just didn't. And Jake Atlas, I'm not saying the guy is going to be WWE champion, Universal champion, but he could be a fine mid-card champion. Yes, you have to build him up at some point. Why didn't you just put somebody else out there? Just put some random, recruit out there. Jake Atlas has potential. It is what it is. Apparently, somebody in NXT hates gay people. I'm guessing it's probably Road Dogg. It sounds like something Road Dogg would, think, and probably how he would fucking feel. But it is what it is. He beats him up and everything, and they do the whole stretcher job. It's almost eerily similar to what they did on the, at the end of Dynamite, except Even though I fucking hated that ending at least felt a little more organic. This felt really, really forced. This felt really fucking forced. NXT is struggling creatively as far as I'm concerned. And then Candice talks about Tegan, says, they used to be like peanut butter and KY jelly. I might have misunderstood that, but I started to tune this up because Candice has the personality of a wet blanket. That being said, she is good in the ring. So is Tegan. This is an undercard feud I can get behind. And Bronson Reed slaps Austin Theory, so they replace Dream with Austin Theory. If you know, you know. Shotzi then runs over Robert Stone, and I instantly started to hate this match. I don't like the Robert Stone character, or I don't really care for Aaliyah. She is what she is, but it's just... comedy is one thing. WWE cannot often do comedy, because they don't have good comedy writers. Shotzi versus Mia Yim. Mia versus Orton in a who the fuck can move as slow as a goddamn glacier in the ring match. I know that Mia had a leg injury of some kind and she has to change up her style, and Orton just doesn't give a shit and still moves as slow as a glacier, but goddamn, it's like watching somebody in slow motion. And Mia's talented. Shotzi's talented. I also didn't care about this. It wasn't bad, but the tank stuff took me right out of it, and a Shotzi senton for 3. Then Dakota and Raquel talk about Rhea and talk about how, they're going to get her out of the way so Dakota can get back at Io. And Regal says, wish Karrion Kross best wishes in his recovery. I like Regal, but I don't know what the fuck that was. So, his announcement. 4 NXT champions, former NXT champions that is, Gargano, Champa, Balor, and Cole. And they're going to be in a 4-way 69-minute Iron Man match. I wish it had been 69 minutes because that would have been really nice. In all seriousness, it's going to be a 60-minute Iron Man match. That's going to be happening next Tuesday, Super Tuesday. Probably could have chose better wording there. I'm going to have to watch that on delay because I worked late Tuesday night. So I'll just be off of Twitter and I'll just watch that and we'll see what happens. We'll see how good it is. I don't know how good it's going to be. I think with those talents involved, though, it will probably be good. But I expect shenanigans like Gargano and Champa teaming up together. Candice running in. Hell, have Ciampa's wife run in. And Balor, have his wife run in. You know what? Just have everybody's wives run in. Have Britt Baker run in for no goddamn reason. Never get one exemption and have her run out there and just kick everybody in the goddamn face. Kick their teeth out because she's a dentist. She can fix them. I know it sounds like I'm shitting on this match already. The work rate will be there, but I expect a lot of shenanigans. A 4-way 60-minute Iron Man match. They didn't gimmick this one up, did they? I mean, my interest is there, but I just feel there's going to be shenanigans that's going to bring it down. Because the potential is there. So, Escobar versus Swerve, Cruiserweight Championship. I like Escobar as a talent. I think he's good in the ring. I don't care about the trio. Swerve, met Swerve multiple times. Great guy. Really talented guy. Works just as hard in front of 500 people as he does, on a worldwide television platform rather like this. I didn't care about the match. Good athletic contest. They hit some good dives and some good moves, and Escobar is really talented and used the old loaded mask thing to get the victory after some interference from, his boys and then Breezango fighting them off, so we're no doubt going to get that for the tag titles, but I just didn't care. The loaded mask thing was a nice touch, though. So it was what it was. Finn then talks about becoming champion again next week. I hope Finn actually does, because really, I have no desire to see any of the other 3 become champion. Then O'Reilly versus Maverick. Because reasons. Well, actually an attack a couple weeks ago when, the Undisputed Era ran down and attacked Killian Dane and Maverick. So it was fine. O'Reilly scissors Maverick and gets the victory, and then Dane runs down, fights everybody off, and then punches out Maverick. That's your lot right there. Io and Rhea versus Dakota and Raquel. I'm going to go on the record now and say I love every single one of these women. They are all talented. They really did show up here. I'm not going to say this was like one of the best tags I've ever seen, but it was at least a step up, from the previous, matches, from all the matches before. Even though Swerve and Escobar did cut a good pace. I enjoyed this. Mercedes attacked Rhea later in the match, and a chokebomb pinned Rhea. Didn't make her look weak at all. Raquel versus Rhea is going to be fun. And Dakota versus Io again on TV could be a fun match. But overall, NXT just feels lifeless. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. So like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Ritlin. I'll see you soon.